dad of two, Dave Hollinger was left totally paralyzed and trapped in his own body, following a life-changing skiing accident. The 43-year-old suffered a devastating brainstem stroke after the fall, which left him only able to move his eyes. But 12 months on, he is slowly making progress and is now using an eye tracking system to communicate. To say our world has been turned on its head would be a mild understatement, said Dave, who was working as a professional mountain climber at the time of the fall. While I've not lost any cognitive function, my motor control was reduced to blinking. As my wife, Hannah, keeps the show on the road in the most humbling way imaginable, my role has been reduced to fighting for every bit of motor function I can get back. It is a huge mountain to climb and I am still at the bottom, but climbing mountains is what I do, and with progress so far I am at least over the Bergschrund. Dave Hollinger was a professional mountain climber. Image, Ed Smith. His wife Hannah, originally from Powys, moved with Dave and their two children Toby, 4, and Finley, 8, to Carbridge in the Scottish Highlands in 2016. It followed Dave being made a senior instructor at the National Outdoor Training Centre at Glenmore Lodge in Aviemore, Inverness Shire. Dave was excited that his two young sons would be able to grow up and enjoy the full outdoor family experience, while Hannah could continue her NHS career at Rigmore Hospital, a career, coincidentally, focused on supporting and helping people with neurological issues. Dave with his wife Hannah. Image, Dave Hollinger. Hannah said their trip to Lex Ski Centre, Aberdeenshire, in March 2018, was meant to be a chance for quality family time, ahead of Dave travelling to Ben Nevis for work. But the day took a turn for the worse when, on his final ski run, Dave's skis caught and he fell, hitting the back of his neck on a snow fence post. Although Dave managed to get back on his feet, he knew he had a significant injury and needed to be fully immobilized for the journey to the hospital. Hospital scans confirmed that he had a fractured C6 vertebrae in his neck. However, at this stage it was clear the fracture was stable and the spinal cord was undamaged, and, all being well, a full recovery would be expected once the fracture was given time to heal. But the worst was yet to come when several hours later Dave suffered a serious brainstem stroke caused by the severe whiplash of the initial trauma to his upper neck. Critically, Hannah and a qualified nurse were the first to recognize the signs and raise the alarm, but Dave was left in a totally different world after he gained consciousness. He was in the grips of locked-in syndrome. A ventilator controlled his breathing and he was unable to move any part of his body or speak, but he was fully cognitive. As you can imagine, for someone who was always so active, to be so immobilized is incredibly frustrating for him, she said. But compared to where Dave was last March, where he only had eye movement, he has made huge amounts of progress. Dave remains in hospital in Sheffield and is slowly making progress. Image, GoFundMe. Dave Hollinger, now in Sheffield at a specialist neuro rehab facility called Steps. Dave is free of the ventilator. As yet he cannot stand unaided or walk, but there is strength in his body and he can achieve movement with support from others during his busy rehab program. Can also turn his head when people enter the room and slowly raise a hand as a greeting. His facial paralysis and locked jaw continue to be a frustration, but patiently he spells out sentences using an electronic eye gaze device. The family have now made the difficult decision for Hannah, Toby and Finley to return to Carbridge, Scotland, where Hannah will start her PhD and the boys will return to school, their home, and friends. Dave, who will remain in hospital in Sheffield, says his main goals are to walk, eat a Sunday dinner, and bake Hannah cake, as this all happened just before Hannah's birthday last year. Image, Ed Smith. His attitude, positivity and ability to look forward is incredibly impressive for all to see, and he is constantly defying the prognosis of medical experts, Hannah added. The physios and other staff at Steps are excited about his progress and his attitude to rehab, because there is no doubt this is as much a psychological mountain as a physical one. It's going to be a long haul and this is certainly the biggest climb of his life so far, but if anyone can do this, it's my husband. All that focus and inner strength that he once used conquering the highest mountains as a mountaineer is now being channeled into recovering as much functional movement as possible. I'm in total admiration of his progress so far. A GoFundMe page has been launched for Dave to help with physiotherapy costs and to purchase an off-road wheelchair. To donate, go to www.gofundme.com/inspired-by-Dave.